Yas.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. Zeno, thank you so much for redeeming the password and kicking off the stream. Took me a second to see who redeemed the password. I was looking at the chat backwards. Yeah, sweet, sweet Guild Wars music. I agree. I heard some stuff that I didn't. Either it's been a really long time since I've heard it, or I've somehow missed it. I don't know. So tonight's topic is the Dredge, and the Dredge are interesting in that when I first played Guild Wars 2, they were just kind of gross and really annoying to deal with. But as I've been playing through Guild Wars 1 and doing this lore delving series, I have done a 180 and I now feel wholly sympathetic to their history and their past and all of that. So we're going to take a closer look at that. There was a vote in the Discord for the topic tonight, which was either going to be going over the maps of Southern Shiver Peaks or talking about the Dredge. So if you're brand new to this series, what I do in this lore delving segment is we choose a topic for the evening that is going to cross between Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2 typically, and I'm playing through the main campaign of Guild Wars 1, which includes Prophecies, Factions, Nightfall, and Eye of the North, which technically isn't a campaign, but DLC, but whatever, it's all semantics. We're going to play through the main story as a human, because that's the only playable race you have in Guild Wars 1. And then when we go into Guild Wars 2, I'm going to also play through the main campaign, the entire story, as a human, so from the human perspective, for the most cohesive narrative experience. As we're playing through the main story, I'm going to pick topics that are most likely going to be relevant to whatever's being played that day, and we're going to play the game with the topic in mind. So for example, the topic today is the Dredge. As we're playing through the Shiver Peak Mountains campaign area, I'm keeping an eye out and an ear out. You know, does anybody talk about the Dredge? Do we see any Dredge? Do we get to talk to any Dredge? I don't think we really get to see much in Prophecies when it comes to the Dredge. So we'll see. But then, for example, if we're talking about an area of the map, then we're paying close attention to points of interest and outposts, any environmental storytelling that may be present, and just stuff that catches our eye. We're going through this by, looking at things that way. Doing human on your Guild Wars 2 playthrough for same reason. Good evening, Fjord. Yeah, so a little just background on me is that in 2005 I played Guild Wars 1, Prophecies, and I'm questioning now, based off of everything I've experienced so far, I'm not sure if I ever actually finished the entire storyline of Prophecies. But I played the heck out of it for maybe about a year and a half. I'm not entirely sure now. I'm kind of questioning what I thought I knew, because the main thing I really remember was pre-searing and post-searing Ascalon and what those environments look like. I don't remember going through Shiver Peaks, but I do remember that I did get to level 20, so it's possible that all of this stuff has just fallen to the sands of time, because I remember that my play cycle was make a character, play to level 20, and then make another new character and get it to level 20 and just try out a bunch of different combinations of skills and whatnot. But then I took this really long hiatus from Guild Wars. Life happens and different games come out and interests shift over time, or you meet some people that are playing a different game, and so you get into that for a while. Just stuff happens. I really wish I hadn't been distracted from Guild Wars for all these years, but that's fine, because there's a lot of other people that are in a similar boat where they never tried Guild Wars 1 or 2, and they're looking for something to play. So I'm hoping that this will possibly get some interest going for not just playing Guild Wars 2, because that is arguably a technically better game, and it offers a lot more in terms of narrative and mounts and so many things. However, there are a lot of fans of Guild Wars 1 that just will not play Guild Wars 2, and that's totally understandable as well. I am in that unique situation where I enjoy playing both games, because I am interested in the lore and the narrative and the storytelling, because there's a lot of callbacks from Guild Wars 2 to Guild Wars 1. Important places that are referenced, important figures, important events, and it's very interesting to me to see how things have changed over time, to talk about the meta of narrative development, because for a lot of different reasons, things might change, where they change what was formerly canon because of a variety of reasons that I may never know, but to just point out some of these differences and get full context for what is experienced in Guild Wars 2, because when I started playing Guild Wars 2 a little over a year ago, I was really interested in the story, but I was frequently feeling lost because the people were or like other characters and NPCs were referencing people and events that had happened in the past, and I felt out of the loop. Like, what are they talking about? Who are they talking about? Part of that, I believe, is because I sprinted through the storyline and finished almost all of it in the span of 1 year. So I think that might be part of the problem. But I also just am completely missing context that possibly intended experience of, okay, we've had players play all the way through Guild Wars 1, all of the campaigns and the DLC, and now we're launching into Guild Wars 2, so they're fully informed on who these people are and what events have taken place. And while they do a pretty good job of kind of helping people catch up, there's NPCs you can get more context in, it just feels kind of bland compared to like going back in time and experiencing those events for yourself, or talking to those people face to face, like King Adelburn, who is frequently talked about or referenced in Guild Wars 2 at various plot points. I mean, not throughout the entire story, but he pops up, right? Prince Rurik will be mentioned at some point, and various figures from the history of the Char or the dwarves. And so the story and the narrative just has more weight, and I feel more connected to it if I had experienced what had come before. So that's where we're at. That's the journey that I am embarking on. So the structure for these lore delves is to pick a topic, look through the wiki for, I don't know, 30 minutes or so, depending on what the topic is, but just getting a quick broad brush to prepare to then actually play the game. I'm usually going to start with Guild Wars 1 because that's the campaign that I'm currently playing through. And then, if it makes sense, after playing through a couple of missions in Guild Wars 1, then switching over to Guild Wars 2 to check in on locations that we visited in Guild Wars 1, or in this case, we're going to be looking at the races of Guild Wars 1 and 2, so in this case it is the Dredge. In the episode previously, the episode before last, we were talking about the dwarves. So we logged into Guild Wars 2 to try to find some of the dwarves and see what they look like, and they're very hard to find, actually. Although the Dredge, we're going to have the reverse, where I don't think we're going to really find them in Guild Wars 1. I don't know that we're actually going to have eyes on, but they might be talked about or mentioned in Guild Wars 1. And then in Guild Wars 2, there's lots of places we can go to find them. Claw to claw, sword to sword, and see what they're all about. So, whew. Thank you for that hydrate, Argam. Let's see. And Fjord says, I am a Guild Wars 1 player. It's my first time playing through Guild Wars 2, currently on Living World Season 1. That can be really rough. Between the main game and then transitioning into Living World Season 1, the difficulty spike is like immense. So please reach out if you would like to have some help from other people, if you don't already have other people playing with you. But it was a big struggle bus for me going from the main, like the My Story quests into Living World Season 1. I thought, am I doing something wrong? Am I playing the game wrong? But it's a big struggle if you don't have better gear and like a really fully fleshed out build going into the Living Season 1. So that's the one thing I want to throw out there. The difficulty spike is like, it's immense. But most of the time, people that are in the area, if you just send out a map ping and say, hey, I'm new, I'm playing through Living World Season 1 for the first time and I could really use some help, there are frequently other people that will be ready and willing to play with you, because there's achievements that you can unlock when you do a second playthrough, which is really cool. So it incentivizes previous players, like someone who's already played the material, they'll want to play it again because they're going for an achievement, or maybe they're looking to recap the story, or, you know, then there's a good portion that just want to help new players because they want them to stick around, they want them to have an enjoyable experience. So, you know, cool for that. Playing Guild Wars 2 has a lot of enjoyable, I was wondering what happened to type moments if you play Guild Wars 1 first, but I'm seeing the same happens in reverse. Yeah, I know, because there's certain things that were left unused, I guess you could say, like a loose end, where it was something that they didn't follow up on, or it was something that just completely disappeared. And some of that could be the meta, where they just decided to leave something and not revisit it. You know, that can happen for a lot of different reasons. But it is really cool to after having played all of Guild Wars 2 and then replaying Guild Wars 1, I'm like, oh, there are those moments where I say, this is that thing that happened, or that's this thing that happened. Like, I'm starting to understand how these things are connected and understand the different cultures of the game. But it's really, really interesting, so I'm loving it. You felt the spike, but you got this. Okay, good to hear, Fjord. If at any point in time you need some more support, please don't hesitate to reach out. I love helping newer players get into the game, and if there's any assistance I can give, I'm more than happy to do that. Zeno says, I still have an achievement from the Nightmare Tower I need to do that I can't get done alone. Yeah, see? Exactly. And that's the other thing that I just really love about the Guild Wars experience as a whole, is that a sense of camaraderie and being a team player. It rewards you for being a team player, for looking out for other people, for wanting to help other people. And I think that's a really, really cool thing. I like that they've baked that into the core mechanics of the game. I think it was really, really smart, because then people want to help each other, and it rewards players for being chill, you know, being bros, if you will. So that's really cool. Anyway, so without further ado, we're gonna start talking about the Dredge. Now, the Dredge in Guild Wars 1 wiki is sparse. Like, this is it. This is what we get for the Dredge, which is limited. And this is an excerpt from the Guild Wars Factions manuscripts, and Factions is not what I'm playing through right now. My plan for the manuscripts is to read through them as I'm starting those bits. So until I've finished the main campaign for Prophecies, like when I'm getting ready to start Factions, then I'm going to read through the Factions manuscripts, mainly for the lore elements of it, not necessarily the mechanics of it. However, mechanics and weapons and things like that can be a form of storytelling, but for right now, we're just trying to get the big picture for the story campaign, the different peoples and races involved, the different groups involved, because a group might be a subset of a race, like the Stone Summit Dwarves, for example. They're all dwarves, but then you have things like the Derman Priory, which are comprised of multiple races within that group. Interesting, it says Prophecies there. I didn't think they showed up until Factions. Yeah, exactly. So here we have Prophecies, right? And that's also what I noticed. So the guildwars.fandom.com websites, there's more Dredge lore. Oh? .fandom.com. Let's see here. Fandom. Oh, look at this. Guild Wars Wiki, unofficial fanfic wiki. Okay, and this is for Guild Wars 1. I'm guessing they would also have one for Guild Wars 2, but this is another good source to fold in. So, where would they have... I just put the Dredge. Okay, how about Dredge? See, this is... I feel like I would get results for multiple different things, right? Okay, so here's the Dredge. Guild Wars, Guild Wars, Guild Wars, Guild Wars... Okay. Oh yeah, I guess I typed in guildwars.fandom.com. I'm just wondering if it covers other games. Like, this is guildwars.fandom.com. Would there be marvel.fandom.com, for example? Alright, let's see. So there's a thing for the Dredge here. And there's a Guild Wars. This looks like the picture we just looked at. So Okay, so this is kind of the same thing. Here's some trivia, which is extra that we didn't get before. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, there will be spoilers, and I have resigned to the fact that I will read spoilers, but I've played through almost everything in the Guild Wars 2 storyline, so I'm trying to get some context as I play through the campaign, so just a little one-on-one on that. If anyone is watching this, like the VOD or something, and you're like, are there gonna be spoilers? Yes. Yes, there will, because I'm going to stumble into them. I'm not gonna know where they are until I've read it, but the whole point is to get context. Because when I played through the Guild Wars 2 story blind, there were certainly a lot of things that I've enjoyed and that were a good twist to experience as it happened. But if I could go back, I would have played through Guild Wars 1, like all the main story stuff, and then played through Guild Wars 2, and I would have played it slower. Hey, what's up, Heat Thing? Coming from you live in Cali. Welcome in, Heat Thing. So at this point, though, I'm more interested in the crossover. Like, if we compare Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2, what has carried over, what's changed, how have they built upon this lore, because the time difference between Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2 is 250 years. So considering that there's a lot of natural disasters and conflicts between different groups of people that also involve magic and dragons, a lot can change in 250 years. Hey Callie, John Rowe here too. We are both here in my office. Right on, right on. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. We're talking about the Dredge today. These creatures right here. Big teeth. They're like mole rats. So, you know, they used to really gross me out, but now I feel a bit differently. I mean, yeah, they're not appealing to look at, but then I learned about the story of these guys, and I felt pretty bad, you know? I felt sympathetic. So from the manuscripts that we have here, and then we'll switch over to the fandom thing, on the northern continent of Tyria, the mole people known as the Dredge are a pitiable race, enslaved by the wicked Stone Summit dwarves and ready to fight alongside any who will help free them from their master's whips. In the Echovald forest of Cantha, a few small colonies of escaped Dredge jealously defend their prized freedom. The offspring of a few desperate escapees from the Shiver Peaks who tunneled for hundreds of miles to reach their strange new home. These Dredge have no reason to feel any friendship toward humans or anyone else. They escaped slavery on their own and plan to establish their race anew in the petrified woodlands. Dredge villages are marked by large dirt mounds. The mole people live primarily in the tunnel networks linking the mounds together. Those who underestimate the ferocity and aggressiveness of the Canthan Dredge do so at their peril. So they're incredibly aggressive. They are the type to attack on sight. It was what it sounds like for the Guild Wars 1 playthrough, which is understandable. They can't trust anybody, right? Because any other person or race or anything that comes across them could potentially enslave them again, and they will not let that happen. So one little bit of trivia we have here. The Dredge's society has similarities with the Soviet Union. Molinin, Vladimir Lenin, Molinin, like Lenin, Molichev, Mikhail Gorbachev, the Moletariat, which is the proletariat, and the Dredge Manifesto Trophy. The story of the Dredge is also similar to the Russian Revolution. So that's kind of interesting. It's like a tongue-in-cheek reference to real-world situations, which I think is interesting because that adds some flavor, right? Like these people have lived through some very harsh and trying times, you know, starvation and enslavement, and under the cruel rule of dictators and what's the other word I'm looking for? Well, I think you get the idea. They've been through some tough stuff. Now if we go over to the fandom site, it says, the Dredge are a race of intelligent subterranean creatures that dwell deep below the ground in the Shiver Peak Mountains. They are humanoid in shape, but their heads are those of moles with tiny eyes and 2 large front teeth. They have a rather primitive civilization compared to their dwarven neighbors, although this may be a result of their enslavement. Like many other species of the Shiver Peaks, the Dredge have been enslaved by the Stone Summit. They work in the mines of Sorrow's Furnace, where their digging talents and comfort in the dark makes them superior to humans as work grunts. Some among the Dredge have surrendered to this, while others have resisted. The leader of the rebel movement trying to free the Dredge from slavery is Molochev. Oh, that's who this guy is. Several of the Dredge manage to escape from Sorrow's Furnace and flee to Cantha. They can mainly be found in the Ekavald Forest. The initial dialogue for the quest, Envoy of the Dredge, proves that the Dredge fled from Tyria to Cantha, and not the other way around, by digging a tunnel through the world. It is currently unknown where the entrances to the tunnel may be, or if it still even exists. So, the Dredge bear a strong resemblance to naked mole rats, particularly snouts, teeth, and tiny eyes. Names of several Dredge NPCs are mole-related puns. Right, so we already talked about all of these. I think just scanning for anything new. It's implied in the movement of the world that the Dredge will be a major enemy in Guild Wars 2. Dredge Guardians resemble the Conehead enemy from Resident Evil. Oh, I never even thought of that. But let's also take a peek at the movement of the world. This was a document that I read through recently when we were talking about all the different races. Despots? Oh, you know what I can do? I can do this. There we go, the Dredge. And it's in the section about the Norn. Over the past 100 years, more and more Norn have been seen in Kryta and lands beyond. An elder dragon of ice and snow arose from the farthest northern peaks, driving even the most stalwart hunters south into the Dwarven lands. There they found abandoned Dwarven forts and a new challenge in the form of the Dredge, the old nemesis of the dwarves, now almost unrecognizable from the primitive, frightened creatures of the past. The Dredge, reveling in their newfound freedom after the dwarves fell to the destroyers, seized that opportunity to become a real threat in the Shiver Peaks, while the Norn revel in the hunt of new enemies. The Norn and the Dredge fight over control of these lands in a continual war that rages along the highest mountains. The Norn have also kept ties with their human friends, although those ties are not as close as they once were, for the Norn often felt betrayed by their unpredictable human allies. In recent years, that sense of betrayal has deepened, as the Norn do not trust the Crichton Queen. Oh, well, anyway, this little bit is where they talk about the Dredge. Otherwise, it looks like, yeah, that's the only part that mentions the Dredge. So, just a little snippet. Just a little bit. But they're an enemy primarily in the region of the Shiver Peaks. So now we get to the Guild Wars 2. So we read some parts from the Guild Wars 1 about the Dredge. Then we read The Movement of the World, which is a transitional piece between Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2. And now we're talking about the Guild Wars 2 article. Now, I do have 3 books that are meant to be a bridge between Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2, but I'm not going to read those until it's about the correct time chronologically to read them. So I'm doing some research to understand the best point in time to read through those books, although some of them are a bit more ambiguous when to read them. I am going to talk about those books in these streams, but it's going to be, you know, here's some things I noticed or highlighted about different races or events or places that I would then want to research within the game itself. So depending on how it goes chapter by chapter, I may read one chapter and talk about that and visit places or peoples in the game, or I might read like 5 chapters and do that. It really just depends on how much they talk about stuff in the book. Saw a vid of a new player on YouTube who joined the Priory. First quest is looking for dwarven artifacts. The Dredge are doing the same to destroy them in order to erase the history of the dwarves. Yes. And I remember reading about that on when we were looking into the dwarves. I want to say that was something mentioned, which is totally understandable, you know, totally understandable. I hate to make the pun here. It is short-sighted of the Dredge to do that, but it's also understandable why their hatred is so deeply ingrained and their distrust. Anyway, according to Scholar Tack, who is that little guy right there, Nasurin, member of the Durman Priory found at Kenning Testing Ground. The Dredge are vile little mole people. They live in caves, they smell bad, and they chase anyone who lives on the surface. They're constantly staging sneak attacks on all settlements in the area. Oh, you chose that path? The dwarf artifact you find belongs to a Stone Summit dwarf you fight during early Shiver Peak missions in Guild Wars 1. Oh, do you remember the name? Because I wrote down, like, all the names. Like, I'm looking through for, like, the most likely. Priory is my first choice, too. Is it, a human? Dagnar Stonepate! That would make the most sense if it was Dagnar Stonepate. Which, what a name, right? What a name. But there were a bunch of other dudes that I ran into that may or may not have relevance. Like, I have this little sheet where I wrote down stuff. Anyway, that's really cool. That's something I want to look out for. If that was... I mean, Fjord, you said you went human, right? So it would be a human thing. Dagnar from Frostgate mission and later too. Okay. See, it's little callbacks like that that are just like... That's just neat. And by the way, if you choose the Revenant class, there are those... what do they call them? The heroes or whatever that you can tap into for their abilities, and Jalis Stonehammer is one of them, and he's one of the Deldrimor dwarves. So not a member of the Stone Summit, legit good guy, but he's somebody that you can call upon for his abilities, which I thought was really cool. And then of course there's others too, but it's what I love is that it's not just a random guy. Like, oh yeah, let's just draw a random sprite and throw it in there because what does it matter? It's a dwarf dude. Yeah, we've met Jalis. We met him the other night. Or maybe it was yesterday. But yeah, we have met him and spoken with him. And R.I.P. Rurik, he has passed away. Dagnar Stonepate took him out. Fortunately. Anyway, Dredge are a moral-like race. They were enslaved by the Stone Summit dwarves in the past, and were ready to fight alongside any who'd help free them from their master's whips. After the transformation of the dwarves, the Dredge gained their freedom once and for all, and established themselves as the heirs to the Dwarven Kingdom in the Shiver Peak Mountains, where they battle the displaced Norn for control over Dwarven territory. They have made their capital in Sorrow's Embrace, formerly the main mine of the Stone Summit. Yeah, it's Sorrow's Embrace now. In Guild Wars 1, so what we're about to play through, it's going to be Sorrow's Furnace. So if we're going to actually see Dredge in Guild Wars 1 Prophecies, it's going to be in Sorrow's Furnace. So that's where I'm going to gravitate towards if it's possible today. It might be a mission thing or not, but it's something that's on my radar for today's playthrough. Physiology. Dredge are intelligent and roughly humanoid with hunched postures, and due to their race's history beneath the surface, underdeveloped eyes, to the point of nearly being blind. They have a highly developed sense of hearing, and all their repurposed dwarven technology is sound-based, earning them the respect of the Asura. And I actually remember that in one of the campaigns. It was, I guess, Icebrood Saga, where they developed some sonar technology to try to draw out Jormag's minions or something like that. Also learned that Prince Rurik's sword, Sohathin, is Ritlock's sword, which I think is awesome. I know, right? The irony is delicious. Like, it is so wild. Those little twists. Living in darkness for generations and relying on their hearing has given almost all Dredge immunity to being blinded. The exception are Molten Alliance Dredge, as well as those found in the underground facility Fractal. Now, Fractals are something I have not played, so that'll be a really fun series to go through once I'm into Guild Wars 2. And trying to decide how I'm going to navigate playing through that content is going to be interesting. But my idea is that we'll probably revisit some of these topics that we've been talking about already, depending on which fractals become available and kind of what they seem to center around. And not just the fractals, but also the dungeons and convergences. The rifts, maybe, although the rifts, I don't know, that's kind of its own. It's not like a travel back in time or experience deeper lore. It's, anyway. Little is known of the Dredge culture, only that they value highly the freedom of their race, a fact that is ironically used by their government to limit personal freedoms and keep the Dredge subservient, much like the dwarves did centuries ago. As such, the Dredge can be considered to be in a state of permanent revolution. The Dredge have, in the past, strived to remain independent, but were recently manipulated into cooperation with the Inquest. They have recently become increasingly xenophobic, and the Kodan, who have fled south from the Elder Dragon Jormag into Dredge territory, view them as expansionists, and see their presence on the surface as an attempt to pull an Asura. Oh, because the Asura emerged from the underground. The Asuran also used to be underground. And because of Primordus, I think it was, they were forced to come above ground because of the, oh, there's a specific word for them. There's, Primordus is the dragon, but then there's his, like, underlings and stuff. Oh, I can see them, but I can't quite name them. But Destroyers, thank you, Xeno. Destroyers. Also, we're on entirely different music. Hope you're ready for that. I wasn't. So the Destroyers were running havoc, and the Asura were forced above ground, and so now the fact that there's Dredge above ground and the Kodan are like, oh, they're gonna pull an Asura and go from being underground to being above ground. Surprised there hasn't been more mention of Asura/Dredge underground tension. Yeah, that is interesting. Excuse me. I would guess that's because the region that the Asura came above ground was different than the region that the Dredge came above ground, because the Dredge were in the Shiver Peak region, and then they tunneled through to Cantha. However, the Asura were probably closer to the Maguma jungle-ish? But that would be a point of contention, I agree. Scarlet utilizes dredge tech also. Oh, good point. That'll be interesting. The Dredge were until recently ruled by a dictatorship of the Militariat, but due to their involvement with the inquest, a group of opportunistic young officers overthrew the old generals, including Koptiv, Zadorajny, and War Minister Shukov, and installed a military dictatorship instead. The military leaders claimed the inquest the sole good outsiders and allied with them to gain control over the Destroyer of Worlds, intending to use it to wage war on the surface races. To this end, Minister Shukov, once considered honorable, took the inquest methods and enslaved his own people, forcing them to work harder in the name of patriotism. Countering this, a revolution has begun to take form circa 1325 AE. On one front, at the heart of Sorrow's Embrace is led by Razalov. The revolution aims to free the workers and overthrow the Militariat as a whole to bring in a new leadership. Revolution has only taken place in two places thus far, Sorrow's Embrace and the Groznev Delve within Frostgorge Sound, though it's unclear if both are the same or separate revolutions. Despite the revolution, however, the Militariat began working with the Flame Legion as part of the Molten Alliance for access to fire magic and assisted Scarlet Briar in the assault on Lion's Arch in 1326 AE. It remains unclear if the forces that joined the Molten Alliance were the old or the new Militariat, however. So here's a couple of other things I want to link. So here's the Militariat. Looks like this doesn't talk about the Militariat here. Militariat? No. So I'm just gonna say Militariat here, and we're gonna link it. Do they have a link to the Militariat here? It doesn't look like it. The Militariat, or... oh, it's one with an E and one without, is the government body of the Dredge. It was established by Commissar Molinen shortly after the Judge's freedom from the Stone Summit slavery. The Militariat led the people over the ages into xenophobic lifestyles, slowly becoming corrupt themselves and sending the Dredge commoners into constant heavy labor. They lead the Dredge from Sorrow's Embrace. In 1325 AE, the Militariat's corruption cultivated into an alliance with the Inquest, spearheaded by War Minister Shukov and his generals. Shukov intended to use this alliance in order to bring about a new era, as he referred to it as the great opening of the world for the Dredge people, and conquer the Norn, Char, and humans. This in turn led to a civil war within the Dredge leadership, resulting in Shukov and his generals' deaths. The state of the Militariat after Shukov's death is unknown. However, there are mentions of the Militariat's involvement with the Molten Alliance in 1326 AE. Mox is a dervish? Oh, when you get to Lion's Arch, you may want to head outside for MOX, your first hero, then quickly go into the underground and get to the Eye of the North for a couple more heroes. Vec, Elementalist, Ogden, Stonehammer, and a Monk. Make your solo play a lot smoother. Okay. So, okay, a Militariat. I just linked that. We just talked about it. So, things like this, where, okay, here's Mo Lenin. I'm not going to read about this specific figure just yet, because with respect to time, we're just going to make a mention of in here, like this, to follow up on it later. Oh, the guy I raided last week did that? Gotcha. And then there's War Minister Shukov. Note of this as well. And then there's this Molten Alliance. Is an unexpected consolidation of Flame Legion and Dredge forces led by Scarlet Briar to combine the magic of the Char with the technology of the Dredge. They joined Scarlet's alliance and assaulted Lion's Arch before being driven off. Current status as well as the identities of its leaders are unknown. So once again, this is something I want to look more into probably when playing through Living World Season 1. But that is just such an interesting twist. Now that I understand more about the Flame Legion, but now then also the Dredge, that makes that little thing more interesting. Because at first it just felt like, oh, we're just gonna smash these things together and trust us, this is crazy what's going on right now. But now, yeah, okay, now this feels way more interesting. So, okay, we linked the Molten Alliance there. Linked that guy. Did that more later, probably. Now, Sorrow's Embrace, we went there yesterday because we were exploring Northern Shiver Peaks. There's also a dungeon that goes through Sorrow's Embrace, and I think that would be really cool to play through as well, but I think it's something that I'll play through in a chronological order of playing through the story, because the dungeons are also part of they like expand on the main story. They're kind of like little bridges, if I remember correctly, between the different things you can do. Now this is where we might actually see Dredge, is Sorrow's Furnace, and it's an explorable area. There's also a story here, so we'll see. And there's also instructions on how to get here, so this is something I want to keep ready, because if we can, I really want to be able to get my eyeballs on Dredge. And then there's also this Dredge Manifesto. It says this is a trophy. Our messages that the enslaved Dredge of Sorrow's Furnace have passed around to spread revolt. Farming? Wait, what? The collector Makar Thoughtslayer trades 5 Dredge Manifestos. Oh, so this is like a collectible you can find. Interesting. But that's cool. Like, that's a collectible you can find, so if you find manifestos while you're running through, then it gives you that idea of like, well, they're trying to do something about this. Like, they're trying to, ooh, you know? That's pretty cool. So with that all being said, we're going to transition into actually playing the game. Hopefully I'm kind of on time with this. Yeah, that seems about right. Because I had I talked about that whole intro thing before I started streaming. So what I'm going to do is take a really quick break and put on some clips. Hopefully the clips are working properly. I wasn't able to fix I still don't know why some of them go black screen. But we'll see which ones work. I think it was mainly the just chatting ones that weren't working, but I'll only be gone for a couple of minutes, so get yourself a nice beverage, maybe a snack, and I'll be right back. The way the game is set up promotes helping, no fighting over resources, no kill stealing, you get XP for reviving a stranger. Yeah, I agree. I've noticed those little things. was lucky that creeper didn't kill me.
Womp womp.
I think he was hanging out in the water. Frank says that you're creating a zombie army. I don't doubt it.
Probably.
And start over and it'll re-import from OBS and I'm just like, great. You're gonna have to you're gonna have to fix all your settings. And I was like, okay, thanks. But it's in beta, so I don't want to grill them too much. These things happen. But I'm here now, right? I'm here now. So I don't know. Hopefully this game isn't going to be too loud because I know when I started up Myst it was really loud. So turn down the volume a little bit if you're wearing headphones. We're gonna find out if this game. The goal is that eventually I'll have a voice command. I think it's not the controller, it's the cable. The cable is super flaky. But I want to get it to a point where I can just have a voice command where if I say the phrase make a clip, like, oh, I want to make a clip of that, it will automatically make a clip that I can use later, or at least help me remember where in the... This game was made in Japan, Japanese developers, and suddenly a wild Dave Brooks appears. My boy Dave! Oh, look, they're having a party! Oh, this is super cute! Well, you're welcome! You're so welcome, guys! Oh, and they tell you the names! It's all good, we'll be fine. Yeah, RJ isn't easy of a tame, but remember we can build anywhere, so taming pens, taming pens, taming pens. Ah! Oh, shit! Fuck!
What was that?
That was...
Is there a way to switch between global and party chat, or is it just all global?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. So, in the left-hand thingy, left-hand bottom, there's the chat box, right? So, when you can click on the gear icon to change. You missed the excitement. I'm trying out a new bot. It's the same bot that user ID10T uses. And it's really cool. Like, it can allow for a lot of neat things. Like, you saw... How many are there? Oh my god, are there more? There should only be 4. There should only be 4. Oh my god. Why is my... You know how there's some people that have the hearts above their head? They're the quest givers. And then there's like a little purple triangle on their heart after you fill up, like do all the stuff in an area. You can sell to them any junk you've collected, but then also you can purchase like tasty cakes from them for karma. Karma is sort of like a secondary currency. But when you buy tasty cakes, everything level scales, so we would theoretically be able to do missions together regardless of who was what level. Which is kind of neat, you know, I gotta applaud that. They recognize that this game is geared for people who play MMOs in order to play with their friends, and it's like, so if you're trying to get someone into an MMO that you're playing, and then, like, they're starting out from nothing, and you're level 60 or 80, you can come to the person who's just started and play with them for a little bit, get them, you know, started in the process, and it's not like you're just so over leveled for the stuff that they're doing starting out with. You can just like jump in, it'll scale you down, and so it'll still be fun to play. You're not like creaming everything while your brand new friend who's playing is like just kind of following you around while, you know, following the trail of bodies, as it were. I get a journey milestone for sitting on my butt? No, okay. The timing was just a little weird. Anyway, moving on. He's clipping into the star, but he's not touching it. Look at this. Game. So, when you have the option to pick a speed booster, rejuvenation booster, or a karma booster, which would you go for? And this is a question for anybody.
I usually go karma or speed.
I go speed.
Karma is really handy when you need karma later, because you're always going to need karma.
Okay.
And a lot of it eventually through your crafting. Right? But the speed booster is pretty helpful. It's just personal preference. I personally tend to pick
Uh-oh. I shouldn't have gone this way. Human! This is your final and most dangerous challenge. Behold, the Gauntlet of Deadly Terror. I want that as a GIF. I want it. I want it. Because I'm friends with that person. I should say hi. Hi. How do I... Oh my god, make the friend thing go away. There we go. Let me say my squad. Hi. Smiley face. I'm just kicking it. Right? You're on my squad now? Yeah. Come join us in Discord. Okay. Okay. I am.
New games, or even the older ones.
Oh no.
Keep seeing
This is
vets
not
on my
what I
mini
wanted.
map. I cannot
Did you
find
just see that, Callie? What was that maneuver? That was awesome.
I don't know, but I wish I could do it again.
Oh, I love that. That was so awesome.
It's all
Oh
good,
my-
you're defying.
I'll need more luminescence to relight the town's lamps. Fantastic! I have enough luminescence to make the...
Not poster. Oh, they. Oh, you found me! Holy shit, I can't believe my bomb catapults hit you. Ooh, step off, son! Step off, son! I don't know. I don't care.
Take that much damage.
It's a potato.
Skills.
No, it's not. It's what is that? The Nox?
Uh-huh.
No? Yeah. Since when did the Nox take that much damage?
I don't know, man. and family that we're hanging out with and want to spend time with, so including myself. So I think I'll just call it here, and we'll just have to have another community night some night in the future. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, and this thing was just quit. Oh, that music was starting to grate on my headache a little bit. So anyway, Happy New Year, you guys. I'm really looking forward to getting into the next year with more streams. I did not realize we're online. Maybe I should do a squad instead of a party. I'm just gonna send invites. See what happens.
Oh yeah, I got a enchanted map scrap.
Ooh.
There's Beep Thing.
It is I.
It is I. What are you going into there?
I don't know
Like
what's happening with my camera. This is kind of... I'm having an out-of-body experience. What is happening? Okay.
Looks like your character disappeared.
No, she's there.
You're going
She's
into some kind of energy well.
Oh, wow. Okay.
and it keeps pushing me out and back. Thank you so much for that. Gotta get speed. That's right. Wait. No. Oh, phew, close. So... Whoop. No, stop, Kirby. You know, fine. You should probably go back over this way anyway to get... It has its place, absolutely, but not on a pizza.
Oh man, I want pizza. I don't have the. And
Me
I'm like,
too.
I mean, actually I have to throw. I already used all that. I can't do the almond flour pizza.
Almond flour, interesting.
Yeah. So, I bought the almond flour for.
I'm going for it. It's probably the lie, but I'm going for it.
Alright, let's see what everybody picked.
Oh, it was the lie.
That was a complete whiff.
4 cheese pizza? Why, Jelly Belly? Why?
And we're done.
I like it. I also felt like wearing rings today for some reason. Although I need... Okay. Looking in my Guild Wars 1 storage, and next to Dredge manifestos, I have enslavement stones. No. It wasn't my... Wait, what? You're talking about a clip. I don't know what I was blaming you for either. I've already forgotten. But I'm sure it was your fault. Oh, well, it just started. So I forgot already, like, what the whole thing is. And because they're randomly generated, I can't just switch back to it and resume where it left off. It doesn't work like that. Yeah, I saw that one, but I think the next one was titled It's Seether's Fault. I have some jasmine green tea. Oh, it's super good. I want to get more. I'm just holding the cup. But I mean, I only glanced, so I could be wrong. You know, I could be wrong. So here we are. Oh my gosh, so many character slots. All the character slots. Ah. Play. So now we are at the gates of Kryta. But I'm also gonna peek at the map here. We haven't gone into Southern Shiver Peaks. Southern Shiver Peaks is where we would find Dredge, if we're gonna find it. So there's a mission here. But before we enter the mission, I actually want to see if I can find... Oh, hey, it's my friend. Hey, friend. I instinctively press the spacebar even though you can't jump in this game. Unless you do /jump. But there is no spacebar to jump. Silver dye. That's right, the juniper meats. We couldn't find that thing. Of this Mark of Aiden. Oh right, we were following those. Decayed ore emblem. I believe that's also a collectible. And then salvage kits. Ooh, highly salvageable. Very nice. There's another collectible item. Seeds. I think people farmed the ore emblems a lot. I forget what for, though. I did see one of the flavors was popcorn, and someone there really doesn't like that stuff. Yeah. Oh, another unidentified item. Energy plus. Cool. It would be so awesome if they ever put a Zunlai chest next to a merchant. However, it does feel like you can leave your storage open once you've opened it, and then just run to wherever the merchant is. And you can just have all the windows open. Oh, nope, went the wrong way. Oh, there he is. Hello, Baurus. I hope I said that right. If you get that Guild Wars 1 add-on, you can type /chest anywhere in town to open storage. Ugh. Yeah, I need to look into that add-on. Just a heads up, don't post any links because the bot will automatically censor them. You won't get timed out or anything. It's just letting you know. If you tell me what to search for, I can find it later, like after stream. Okay, Guild Wars Toolbox or something. It's the only popular one people use. Okay, click to run was something I really missed moving from Guild Wars 1 to 2. I can imagine, because it is nice to just click something. Welcome, pilgrims. You must be tired after your long journey. What can I tell you about our fair land? Why does everyone seem so excited to see me? It is an historic day. It's been over 2 years since anyone from Ascalon has set foot in Kryta. Saul de Alesso would have liked to have been here for this day. Since before the searing, then? Back then, the 3 human kingdoms, Ascalon, Kryta, and Or, were at war. We were so caught up in fighting each other that we all failed to notice the char amassing in the wasted north. Yeah, I was there. When the invasion finally came, the human kingdoms were too depleted to mount an effective defense against the beasts. In the ensuing fight, Ascalon was all but wiped out. The kingdom of Or disappeared in a brilliant flash of light and a billowing cloud of smoke, consumed by a powerful black magic that to this day has yet to be fully explained. Kryta suffered quite a different fate. Faced with overwhelming odds and terrible ferocity, we turned to faith and a man named Saul de Alesso. Saul taught us all to believe in ourselves and in the unseen powers that guide the universe. He was a great man. When the Char invaded, the royal family turned tail and ran. It was Saul's inspiration and guidance that formed the White Mantle, and as a collective force, we were able to push back the invading Char. Kryta has never been more prosperous than it is now with the White Mantle. But enough of my history lesson. You must be anxious to start your new life here in Kryta. What must I do? Down the road to the southwest, you will find the gates to Lion's Arch. Talk to Justiciar Hablion. He'll be able to help you get accommodations and anything else you need. Thanks. If you like living in Kryta, perhaps you'll even get a chance to join the White Mantle. Ooh. You turn everything off, just the / chest is nice. Yeah, no, I agree. I'm gonna look into that. Guild Wars Toolbox. In fact, I should write it down. So the one question I have is if we continue, like if we enter the mission, like just keep going, will we come back to Southern Shiver Peaks at some point, or do we only go into Southern Shiver Peaks if we actually run over there? Okay, then let's do it. Oh, excuse me. Because if we just need to play more missions to get into Southern Shiver Peaks, then that's what we'll do. And then I have all these side quests. By the by, the side quests are what I'm doing off stream for now, and I'm just kind of making notes about the interesting ones that are lore relevant, because once I finish the main story through everything, Guild Wars 1 and 2, I'm going to circle back around and play it again, but the second time around point out side quests, or it's going to be like one level down. So like right now we're on the bird's eye level where we're just sort of making notes on things that catch our eye, and we may or may not delve into it like a rabbit trail. But we're trying to get like big picture and then gradually narrow the scope in as we play. Not been to Southern Shiver Peaks yet. We went through the north. Yes. I remember we went through the north. If we're not sure, then I have a feeling that... Oh, where would it be though? Where's the crossover? Like maybe if we go back to Beacon's Perch? And then there's a bunch of stuff here in the north, which probably would be side missions we didn't do. There's Scoundrels Rise. But see, it looks like there's a different way to pass through to that area, or it could be through Griffin's Mouth. So, you know what I'm gonna do is look up a map. Look at it together here. So, completely uncovered map. And okay. So according to this, it looks like the only way to get to the southern region is from, I guess this is Deldremore's Bowl, or this area over here. Hey, Chloe. At Beacon's Perch, there's a southern pass to Drox. Okay, that's what I need to know. Looks like through Lorner's Pass to go on foot. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so because the topic of today is, yeah, here's Deldremore Bowl and there's Beacon's Perch. So, oh, I think I see it right there, like a little thing. The topic for today is the Dredge, so that's going to take precedence. I do want to play through at least one story mission, but I just want to see if we can get eyes on a Dredge. I want to get into their territory, see if anybody talks about the Dredge, but that's what we're going to do. So we're going to jump over to Beacon's Perch. Why is it giving me a countdown? Beacon's Perch. Go. So here we're at the outpost. I would guess that this is the southern. Yep, Lorner's Pass, right here. And by the by, anybody who's watching live, if you want to jump in and play with us, so long as you understand that I'm playing through at a slower pace, and if you're interested in kind of exploring the region and looking stuff alongside, then, you know, people are welcome to join in and play. Just, you know, so you know, it is at a slower pace. So we're just trying to keep the group together and look around. Okay, so we would probably need to head south. You might take a lot more damage in those maps. I wouldn't be surprised. Level 24 monsters? Oh my goodness. I'm trying to run away and it was too late. Look at this imp, he's like... Okay, change of plans, we might not be able to do this. Holy cow. I mean, unless you're able to carry me with the heroes. This must be why you recommended getting those heroes unlocked. Fire Imp didn't last long. No. No, he did not. Poor guy. This is spooky. Very spooky. Okay, so... something else I need to know. We used to pay pretty good gold for runners in this area, really. Learner's Pass. What I'm looking for is... oh, those are bosses. We're looking for... Sorrow's Furnace. I don't think it's in this map. There's an explorable area. Exit Deldremore War Camp into Grenth's Footprint. And head downwards into the Stone Summit. Make your way north there, being careful of various bosses. So I don't think we found the Deldrimore War Camp. Is this in Northern? Wait a minute. Brent's Footprint. Southern Shiver Peaks. Okay. Oh. And there's Sorrow's Furnace. Spearhead Peak. Snake Dance. So then how do we get to... Oh, here we go, here we go. This is what I want. So we are up here right now. Ooh, it's really far south. Like, I think we need to get to... Wow, wow, wow. So there's a little spot right here that might take us into the Deldrimore War Camp, and then we go north and northwest. So I'm going to leave this map open on the side because this is a very difficult area to get through. So I want to be sure we don't go too far in the wrong direction. I don't run fast, but if you can stand in a safe place, I can run to next zone. I'll follow you at a distance. You'll kill that patrol? Okay. Avikara Brave? Tengu, gotcha. Oops. Troll Unguent was not useful. But at least you got a minion. Bird peeps, yeah. They look so different in this game. Ooh. So I will trail you at a distance because there are drops that I would want to pick up. But I will trail you at a great distance. Or are there... Because, like, when something is killed, it's gone, right? I'll, like, hang back here, kind of. Unless I can see that there's enemies, in which case I'll stay even further back. Like, way back here. Life is never more precious than the moments before it is taken away. These NPCs. Because according to the map, we need to go south from here. Or, I guess... Yeah, south. Like, due south. I'll hug left side, that's where the turn is. Yes. It is on the left side. Pine Sol. Not to be confused with Pine Sol. Frostworm. Oh, and of course, if something drops for me that you could use, let me know, and I will pick it up and drop it for you. Like a weapon or collectible, anything like that. Because this is a level area far beyond me, so... Oh, it's a big wormy boy. You have all the gear you need? Okay. Can I summon the imp again? Aw. Oh, there's another one. Or the same one, but... Oh, see, this is making a lot more sense that this is called Lorner's Pass, because it's a pass through the mountains. Too close. Yep, too close. Got too close. Just wanted to look at this Tengu. Oh, despawn. Never mind. Onward. Look at this one though. It is a Tengu. It's so strange because like from far away, like when you're zoomed out, it's kind of difficult to see what it is, but if you go to like first person mode, it's very obvious that this is a Tengu. It's probably why I went so long not realizing that Char are cat-like. Like when I first played Guild Wars 1, I did not read them as cats. Like they were, like, you know the creature Beauty and the Beast? The Beast? That's what I equated the Char to. Was, like that kind of beast. Even though if you look really closely, if you're paying attention, they're cats. And exactly, Xeno, things are chunkier because of lower polygon counts. But I think that they also made up for the low polygons with a lot of vivid detail drawn where they could. I guess textures is what they would call that. So even if it's a low poly count, there's so much detail drawn onto the surfaces they can use that it looks really cool. Oh, there's Grawl. Grawl? What are the Grawl doing over here? Nope, don't attack. Just watch. Cookie. Beast is cat-like too. I mean, yeah. But I'm just talking about, like, there's different types of beasts. I mean, certainly beasts like cat, the Char fall into that category. But just, when I was first playing this game, I had never considered zooming in and seeing the enemy up close. It never occurred to me until much later. Goliath Master. So now we get into some of the Stone Summit. Oh, nope, I'm not here. I am not here. I'm not involved. Now there's some enemies behind us, so I gotta be careful of those too. This is like the best spot I can stand. Maybe he was more buffalo, but I thought he was lion-like. Oh, the beast! The beast from Beauty and the Beast. I mean, I could see that. It was sort of like a hybrid, right? It was, lion-like, but he had these tusks, so he also could have been cat-like. I don't know. It didn't completely read as cat to me. Gonna look at Wikimap? Yeah, good idea, good idea. Because right now, yeah, we need to keep going south based off of what I see here. We're going to go into a region called Dreadnought's Drift. And we are... Just looking at the map I've got here. Oh my. We've got a ways to go. I'm willing to tough it out if you want to. But we're probably going to be crawling through this for like another 20 minutes to get all the way over there. Hang here. I want to see what that passes. You got it. The map is also deceptively large. So I'm looking at the map here, right? So we came from Beacon's Perch, we've traveled all this way, and the map that we're on is here. So like, if I zoom in, we've gone through this area and we've just gotten to here. And we still need to go all the way through here. There's the portal to Dreadnought's Drift, all the way down. And then here's another portal here to Snake Dance, and I'll continue and go and go and go and go and go and go. And eventually there's a little thing here that will probably get us to the Deldrimore War Camp, if not Grenth's Footprint. So actually that would probably take us into Grenth's Footprint maybe. And then from here we would go up to Sorrow's Furnace. So like it's a lot. And it's such a tall map too. Yeah, we've gone through here. Yep. Not a map. Alright, still alive. This is really cool. What is this? I'm almost scared to approach. Is it possible to go in there? Oh, it's just an alcove. It does seem fairly warm and pleasant, despite the chains and wrought iron everywhere. There's more Grawl. Stay over here. I wonder when the story would normally take you through this area. Ooh, that's a cool bridge. Got a cave over to the right. And I like the way that they did the snow. All of it drifting through the air. Now, according to the map, we'd need to head due south, so we would head through this cave. And then there's another alcove over there. So this is like Stone Summit territory is what I'm gathering. Which I'm pretty sure they've said as much somewhere in the wiki. What are those? Oh, mountain trolls. What are those? They look nasty. Now, the other thing that I appreciate... Oh yeah, look at that guy. Oh, he's like a cyclops. Look at those teeth! Look at those gnashers. That's a nasty creature to fight. But, I'm looking at my level because I was kind of curious. I don't remember power leveling being much of a thing in this game. And... yeah, my level has increased slightly, but not very much. And I appreciate that it's like, you can't just say, oh, well, just get to this area, and then we can go into a really high-level area, and you just keep your distance, but stay close enough to get your XP. And, you know. Look at this worm. Oh, it's terrifying. It's like a sarlacc pit. But not. Oh! There's a big boy. Uh-oh. Negative 25? Oh, because I've died a couple times. That's why. According to the map, yep, we're just gonna snake down this way. So we're on the right track. This guy with his vase. I love how heroes just carry these, like, lantern vase things around. It amuses me. Ooh, composite bow, thank you! Ow! Oh crap, what did I do? Uh-oh. Run away! Perhaps the major disadvantage of playing through the game in first-person mode is that. But it was so immersive. I'm also... Okay, that screen shake, does that happen when a worm is, like, coming up from underground? Because I've noticed there's, like, this screen shake thing that happens once in a while, but I haven't connected it with anything specific. Yes, it is from the frostworms? Okay. That is cool, though. I appreciate that. So we're making progress faster than I might have initially expected because it feels like enemies are more scattered. Like there's not as many. So we'll come across a small group and then we'll run a little ways further and then we'll come across a small group. There's another frostworm. Let's see. We're through here. And... okay, we're coming around to that area. Okay, so we're actually not that far from Dreadnought's Drift. And that will be... we could hug the right side. That might be less enemies, unless there's enemy... okay, there's enemies over there, so... definitely don't hug the right side that way. Is there a collector standing over there? No. Ooh, that's a lot of dudes. We could hug left, maybe. And try to get as few aggroed as possible. Hang back here. Xeno et al. Take on a group of ice golems and pine souls. They're in for it now. The henchmen giving it their all with their vase and staffs. Xeno on the front lines, casting magic energies. All with the help of their spirits of recovery, blood song, anger, suffering, and hate. And they have cleaned it up rather handily, with no casualties. Siege ice golem. Oh, there's lots of dudes going on. I shouldn't have said anything about less enemies. Alright, I'm gonna stick on you. And then maybe hang here, kind of. Oh, there's the girl. I think if I stand here, I'll be okay. Oh, there's so many! Oh, there's so many! Oh, they found me! Elias, no! No! Elias is down. Lord Apook is down. Gwen is down. The casualties are severe. Elias back up briefly, but goes down again. Zeno at his wit's end. What will he do? Oh, he's still in the fight. Oh, there he is. Gee, I don't know. What do you think? We might just have to reconvene on the Dredge topic later, because this is clearly, end game stuff. I'll let them scatter back, then res the party. Gotcha. I will stay back here and out of the way. The only thing is that I do need to end stream on time, which is about 10 o'clock. So we've got about 40 minutes left. A little less than 40 minutes. If we could just get to... that one place, so we can save our progress. That would be nice, but I also understand if this is just going to be a long, arduous journey, it might be better to fall back and just do the next mission in Kryta. Because this is pretty grueling. Even if you've got a full party with good gear who knows how to play this game. Misread the Grawl Patrol. Yeah, that was insane. Like I said, even if you've got a party full of human players... You'll take them first? Alright. What I'm wondering is if in Prophecies, the narrative of the storyline is such that you don't take a mission necessarily to try to free the Dredge, but rather the Dredge are freed as a consequence of defeating the Stone Summit. Run, got it, running, running. Really wish I could help with the fight, but I go down so fast it's like not even worth. Besides that, I'm at a negative 19%. So I'm even less effective. Alright, coming from the other direction. Good strategy, good strategy. It's a much easier fight to take, for sure. Gwen, no! No, the stone golems, or ice golems, I mean. I don't know if we can wedge ourselves in there. Like, we might have a fighting chance if I was max level. And with decent gear to assist in the fight. But as it is now, I don't think this is possible. I think we should revisit this later. And just play the next mission that was in Kryta where we were. Oh, it's the Grawl. Oh, I got one. I got one. Lord Uphook is up! And ooh, woo, woo! Struggling to stay in there. But he's hanging on tooth and nail. Yeah, with the Grawl not in the fight, that makes all the difference. Okay, now the Grawl's taken interest. 3 shaman. Or crones, I guess they're called. That can make it tricky. Spirit of muddy terrain. I feel like I could help with ones that were almost dead. Like as you're picking off the last few. But then at that point, the help isn't needed anyway. I guess I'm just looking for any possible way I can support. Other than not drawing more enemies than necessary. Or not drawing any enemies, I should say. He wants me. Okay, that Doliac rider has taken interest. Stone Summit Heretic. Ranger. Nasher. Oh, that's a big group, actually. That's a really big group. Maybe I can take care of this guy for you. Yeah, I helped. I did something. Nice. That was pretty good. Whew. A writhing focus? That sounds really pleasant. And now we need to head more south again. Curving around. I guess this is... Oh yeah, there's some dwarven houses over there. Those look like they're Deldrimor, but with all the... I wonder if they'll let us ride them, if only. Uh-oh. Oh. Thought I got stuck in the map for a second. Skylift! I know, right? So where we are now... Okay, that's just an inaccessible area, completely. I think where we are... We could hug the left and just stay towards that point. It's over here. Can I see? Without aggroing anything? Oh, thank you. Nope, not good enough. So close, so close. Okay. I think I misspoke. From the perspective I'm looking at on the map, it's hugging the left, but from this direction, we'd hug the right. I got that confused. So we don't even have to bother with those ice golems. I say we as if I'm any part of the offense here. That is a really cool gate though, over there. That is a really, really cool gate. Yeah, so based off of the map, we do need to go to the right. I got distracted looking at the map. Run away, run away, run away right now. Run away, run away, run away. I'm gonna just hang out by this... What is this, a sled? This is a sled. Gwen's complaining about not feeling challenged enough. Like, dude, she was literally just dead a second ago. Takari Kari, hi, welcome into the stream. Something pretty cool behind that gate. Ooh. I really want to explore this area a little more than I'm able to right now. We're trying to get to Sorrow's Furnace, which is a trek, especially since I can't really help with the fights. Now, I think, according to the map, we need to take a right at some point, and then there's going to be a travel gate. It looks so cool. Oh, we need to go a little bit further south. No, we need to follow this trail. I'm sorry. As I'm able to see the map better. But I'm not going to charge ahead. Yeah, this is enemies we don't need to fight. But it's up to you. I mean, if you want to fight them, go for it. I'm just letting you know. We want to go... is there a way for me to draw on the map? Or ping? Oh, it's this one. We need to go this way. Yeah. And then this should have the portal to get us to Dreadnought's Drift. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna stay right here. Still. Oh! Did I do that? Did I make a mistake? Oh, okay. No worries. I'm gonna stand on the shrine, because theoretically this is a safe place. Okay. I'm just standing here because I feel like it might be safe. Maybe it's not safe. But it's really tricky here because where can I be and stay out of the fray? I don't think there is a place. Oh, that's intense. Is there one that's weak? This one looks weak. I'll see if I can try to help pick off weak ones. There we go. Okay, now we've got breathing room in this direction, so that's why I'm gonna go. To just try to stay safe. But from here, now, we're gonna head this way. Oh! Ah! Ah! Okay, I can stand up here safely. Yeah, we need to go this way. Can I lock this so that it doesn't rotate? There's got to be a way, right? Maybe in settings? Map travel, mission map. Mission map? Oh, no. Options. Graphic sound control interface. Compass. Well, I want to see it, I just don't want it to rotate. Alright, mission progress, dialogue 1, mission goals, hints, notifications. No. I don't think I can. Oh, lock compass rotation. There it is! Oh, this will make it so much easier, because now I can navigate us more accurately. Yeah, we need to go this way. Alright. And... ooh. I don't know if we can avoid an encounter with that red group. That is a big group of enemies. We could try to run past it and pray. But essentially this is gonna go down. It's going to snake to our right. And then there's going to be a teleport into Snake Dance. So we might be able to just run right past it and run straight for the teleport because it's relatively close. So I'm hoping we hit some easy bosses to reduce death penalty. When is it negative 51%? Ooh, that's not good. Well, the other benefit is that once we hit the Deldrimor War Camp, that'll also reset it because that's an outpost, right? So if we see a boss, absolutely, let's try to get that down. But I don't see any bosses in this group, and I feel like with the detriment, it would be better to... Oh my god, what happened? Where did these guys come from? Ambush! It is absolutely an ambush. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna try to help take down this guy because he's already kind of low. And then this guy, maybe. I'm learning about pain and torment one char at a time. Okay. Okay, I managed to assist in that fight without dying, so that's pretty good. I'm also down to 5% now. Oh, they're thinning out. If you want to try to pull... Oh, nope, he's going back now. I will stay back here. You decide how you want to navigate this. And I will try to support you. While not dying. But I think the strategy of waiting till a creature is like halfway dead, or 2/3 of the way dead. Oh, that pulled a lot. They're so interlinked. That is so difficult. Stone Summit Heretic. I could try to get this guy, I think. He's right in your face. Oh. Run, 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 run. This is insanely difficult. What is this? Life Siphon. Siege Ice Golem. Okay. And all these Stone Summit dwarves get on me. These guys are tough. I mean, shocker, they're 10 levels higher than me, but they're all coming! Oh my god! No. And then there's enemies behind us somewhere. I don't see them, but oh no, it's just that same group. Okay, never mind. I mean, we kind of got one of them to follow us down. Are they stuck? What are they doing? Oh, here they come. But hey, it's just the one dude now instead of all of them, right? Troll, unguent. Oh. We killed somebody. And then the rest of them are just chilling. If it's like that for the rest of them, we could potentially lure one at a time. But I'll let you pick who you want to try to... yeah. Dang, what's healing him? For great justice. Oh, someone else. One of our party did that. Is it the Doliacs that are preventing the guy from dying? Probably, right? Oh, okay, they got dislodged. I'm gonna back up, because this is a smaller group. The ice golems aren't involved. That is so weird. They just, like, run into the wall and then hang out there. Oh, that's killing me. Wow, even Troll Unguent, like, does not lessen that. That is painful. That crippling anguish, I guess? Yeah, crippling anguish. That is scary. Doliac Master. We will see these Dredge! He's so tanky! How much energy does this need? 10? Oh, okay. Sheesh. Well, I'm no longer at a debuff. I don't know how the rest of the party is. Oh, Cookie! When did Cookie die? The Death Donut. For real? That was intense. Oh, now I kind of want donuts, though. Okay. We have triumphed. Now, for this, we're in Dreadnought's Drift. It's, wait. Oh. Yeah, so we're gonna go straight through this. Like, straight through. So not to the right or to the left, just straight south. I feel like with my disruptive shot, that's probably the best way I could be helpful. It just dawned on me. But that interrupt could prevent like healing spells and stuff, right? So this stone summit, the Doliac Master, I can use this interrupt and maybe it will stop him from casting a spell? Does it work like that? Nice. Okay. So we gotta push straight south. Where of course there's more Stone Summit. But in a way, it would make sense that there's Stone Summit on the way to Sorrow's Furnace. They're gonna be thick through here. Oh, that's a lot of Tundra Giants! Oh my god! Oh my god! Ooh. It's gonna be spooky! So if I click on that little T next to your name, it will automatically focus the thing you've targeted? That makes this so much easier. Whew, alright. Continue south, continue south. We might have to fight the half-dozen Tundra Giant that are sitting there in a cluster. We might be able to run past them because essentially, gonna try to spread them out. Okay, I'm going to back up more. Oh my god! Zeno! Zeno, no! I can't res you. I have no resurrection skills. Yeah, they do. Ooh. Are any of your companions able to res you? Or are we dead on the water? There he goes. Elias, I really hope that's a resurrection dance. Okay. Oh, they made a minion out of no. Elias, how could you? How could you? Okay, here comes lamp carrier number 2. Lord Apook. Come on. There it is, okay. Oh, funny, funny. Who knew the Dredge would be so challenging to like look into in Guild Wars prophecies? Like, This is wild. Run, 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 run! Wow, they've got a short leash. They really want to stay stacked like that. That is tough. All I can think about is my ability as a char engineer to cloak and pass undetected, like a ninja skill. That would be so useful right now. Look at that. They're like standing perfectly on top of one another. It almost feels like some kind of glitch. Like to have that many spawn. It's almost like the more you try to spread them out, the more they stack. I mean, what if we passed them? Because they're hugging the right side of the road. They just will not leash. Well, thank you for the hydrate, Argon. How far might they go the other way? I'll send a scout. Okay. I see. So it's even difficult to just run right past them because of the way that they aggro. This would be very difficult to just walk past them, if not impossible. Oh, wait a minute. You're killing them, though. And I'm down. I helped kill one. Okay, now there's just two there. Man, look at these guys, though. They're nasty. Oh, it's a stump. It looked like a marker by the side of the road. Sheesh. Okay, so we're gonna curve south of this road. We're just gonna go this way. And then we'll be into Snake Dance. Make a spirit pile and dump near them, then run to the exit. Okay. So they'll get distracted. So I'll just stay back here. Zeno makes a break for the exit, a valiant effort, and he succeeds! And the crowd goes wild! Oh my goodness. The plan worked. Whew. Okay, now Snake Dance is gonna be a bit of a journey. As the name suggests, it does snake around. But we're about halfway to the Deldrimor War Camp at this point. But there's not going to be very many twists or turns. Oh wait, no, hold on. I'm charging ahead by myself. Man. I'm just praying we get different enemies to fight. Okay, now for this, we actually want to hook this way to the east. We do not need to engage the enemies. Here, however, we will need to engage the enemies. And of course it's more tundra giants. Of course. But at least they're not stacked on top of each other, so this might be easier to lure them out and spread them. Oh, there's so many. There's so many. Oh, that is brutal. This is brutal. The sound they make. There's so many of them. Oh my god. That didn't work. Xeno, no! Lord Opook, what are you doing? Res them. Do something. Oh god. Okay, Gwen's up. Can Gwen res? And Gwen's going down again. Okay, they de-aggroed, finally. But now they're hanging out here. Thankfully, the resurrection shrine is right here. Are they almost dead? I mean, kind of. Oh, it's so tempting, but I know better. Cookie, no! Oh, dang. Thank you, Lord Opook. Ow. Oh no. Are we gonna get in a cycle of him resurrecting me endlessly? You know what? If I'm obstructing, then they're obstructed too. Now, they hit me somehow. No. 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 He's just gonna hang out there. He's just gonna hang out. These guys have a really long leash. Man, I don't know what to do, and he's just continuing to run away. Some hero. Give it room to reset? Okay. I will try. They're still walking over here. Oh, you're backing him away. Got it, got it, got it. They're still marching. Oh my god. I've run out of places to go. I can't go any further back. They're still coming. Oh? Oh, that they finally disengaged? Do I? Oh, no. Oh my god, this is insane. Maybe they can just smell the blood of a level 14 and they're like, what are they doing here? Wow, did they just despawn? Like, they probably warped back to where they were? Okay, there they are. How interesting. Oh, there's a boss over there. What is his name? Mountain Troll? No, Core Stone Wrath. He's over there. But with how it is to fight the normal ones, I don't know if it's worth it. Try to go after that boss. Then again, if I'm at -20, then the rest of the party is probably at -12, -15. If not more for some of them. Okay, let me look at the map again. Yeah, we want to hug the wall, like hug this wall right here. I don't know that there's other enemies over there, but we don't need to go over there. And then we need to like wrap around and go west. So we might be able to get past those guys. Like now. Oh, sick. I'm gonna do the spirit ball drop again in case they chase. Okay. Now here... Uh-oh. I drew those other dudes. No. 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 Eh. I'm just gonna keep running. I'm just gonna keep running. Here I go again with my harebrained schemes. But I led only a few of them away, actually. There's more that are over there. So I don't feel too terrible about that. Yeah, see, look, there's the rest of them. Oh my god. Yeah, trolls aren't bad, I agree. They don't have that stun. And this will help in decrease that negative. Oh, there's another patrol coming down. Dude. Oh. Well, this one's low on health. I just realized I'm using a troll unguent, or whatever it's called. Okay, there's one more group of trolls, but they're headed back. Yeah. If only there was a tea table. I'm almost to level 15, actually, which is interesting. Ball rush, you got it. I feel like they're just out of aggro range. Skate past them. And we need to head south. So we're gonna have to fight those trolls. But if there's nothing over here dangerous... It is a really pretty scenery. Oh, look at that. There was a skirmish between some of the Stone Summit and one of those... trolls. Yeah, we want to head the direction that you're going. That is correct. Oh, yay! You know, I think I'm beginning to understand why it might not be common knowledge that the Dredge are in Guild Wars 1 Prophecies. If you have to get through several groups of these tundra giants that are so annoying, you know, it's understandable that you wouldn't want to bother. Okay, I'm down to -5%. Yeah, we keep going this way. Okay, looking at the map, what we need to do... let me back up a little more. I'm a little too close, I think. We need to, like, curve around to the west. Because we're coming down this straight shot, and then we come up. It's winding. Hence, Snake Dance, the name. We could almost cut wide and avoid them entirely. At least this group, but then there's those other two that we will have to engage. Out of curiosity, how's the rest of the party doing? Because last I heard Gwen was at -51, so hopefully she's like, what, -20, -10 if anything? -47! -7, -4. Yeah, so we're gonna have to engage this group here some kind of way. But there's a phase where they're walking away from each other rather than grouped up. But if Gwen waits till they are all overlapped, it's just up to you. How do you want to handle it? The gaming choco bro. Hey, what's going on? Here's a callback. I need to buy it again since my 2 accounts don't seem to work. My email no longer seems connected. Well, if you haven't already tried reaching out to ArenaNet support, I highly recommend it. I had an account, I mean, I still have that account. I went ahead and I purchased it again through Steam because they had, like, the whole trilogy on sale. Eye of the North was also recently on sale, so I just purchased all of it again. But I had a different account that I had forgotten the login. I couldn't quite remember which email that I used, but I reached out to ArenaNet support and I gave them as much information as I could, and they were able to help me recover my old account, my original account from 2005, with that information. I was shocked, and they recovered it for me within 72 hours. And the only reason it took 72 hours was because I wasn't replying to their emails as quickly as they were to mine. So, don't even remember characters. I mean, that's okay. It still doesn't hurt to reach out and be like, because you can also provide personal information about you. Oh, your email address. Okay. Yeah, if you already tried it, like I said, then I get that. But if you hadn't already, then it's always worth reaching out because they are really, really good. Okay, now where we need to go next, unfortunately, is through this little area here. And we need to head south and then curve this way. You started playing again around Christmas time? Right on. That sounds about the time that I also started playing Guild Wars 1 again. I love the game, just sad to see so much work go away, but that makes it more enjoyable to start fresh. I hear that. I mean, I have my alternate account that I had purchased like through ArenaNet, and I got it all set up that way. But it was also nice to just buy everything. And my original account, I only owned prophecies. I didn't own the rest of everything. So there's that. Level up! I have no business being here, but through the power of friendship, I'm able to traverse where I could not before. Now see, this is interesting. You can tell that the Stone Summit dwarves are really struggling to hold southern Shiver Peaks with all the tundra giants everywhere. Because this is the second time we've come across evidence of an encounter where, deaths were exchanged, although tundra giants ultimately reigning supreme through this region. Because they're everywhere. They're everywhere. So it's like, of all these tundra giants, the Stone Summit, for as powerful as they are and having all of that slave labor of the Dredge, they can only take out one. They're that powerful. I had a level 20 pre-searing character. Oh, sorry. That does suck. I also have a couple of pre-searing characters. I don't have any of them at level 20 though. Like, my old account was compromised. Okay, we need to go this way, I believe. Yeah, just straight south. We don't need to worry about that pocket of giants over there. Is there a collector? Oh my god, there's a collector over there. What? Bro. Insane. These things breed like rabbits? Clearly. Clearly. Those are not easy to get. The level 20 pre-searing? Yeah, because you just have to farm over and over and over. I mean, there's only so many quests you can do, right? So then it comes down to farming char. And all that. Xeno, no! Xeno, no! He's taking too much heat! See if I can help take out this one here. Yeah. There was a specific thing that had to be done. Oh. Beyond level grinding? Okay, we just need to head straight south. Straight south. Oh, and... we're gonna go south and then kind of curve. Old Red Claw? Oh, I don't think we need to fight that guy. We just need to go south. Yeah. So we'd have to fight these tundra giants. Nope, that's too far forward. That's too far forward. Run. Nice. Okay, now from here, we're going to swerve this way and then go south when we can. Professor Pogo, hello. I'm absolutely mesmerized by the dancing char in the corner. Yes, all according to my plan. Hope you're having a good evening. So it may not look like it, but for everyone that's new to the channel that's just joined, we're doing lore delving. You might have gathered that from the stream title. But what we're trying to do is get to the Dredge. We are on a quest to find the Dredge because that is the topic of study today. And we are on a trek to Sorrow's Furnace. If we can get there, it is a long and arduous journey. Yeah. Okay. From here, we're going to basically just head south until... I'm just trying to tell from the map. I think we need to go this way and then down. So it looks like we're just gonna have enemies popping up from under our feet, which is tricky, but doable. Is that what I think it is? Sala Chillbringer. Those Azure Shadows remind me of the tomb creepies. The creepy tomb creeps. That I can't think of the name of right now. I remember years ago people paid to run from Ascalon to somewhere. Yeah, someone else mentioned that. Scale variants. Okay. That makes sense. Look at that! A res station! We are so close! We are so close. Gravelings, thank you. Thank you, Zeno. Gravelings is exactly what I was thinking of. That's what these things remind me of. Drox! That's right, that's that place. Okay, so there's some Tundra Giants, but here's the Resurrection Shrine. Okay. So the thing is right there. We just have to go down and around. Unfortunately. What is that? A blessed griffin? Interesting. This looks dicey. Right at the warp point. Or the portal, I should say. Basically. Although from what I'm seeing, this is actually further north. Because we're going to continue south, and then we're gonna hang east to get to where we need to. So I think we're gonna actually head south even past these other enemies. Wait. No, we want to get right here. I can't see it in this map. Oops. But essentially... Oh, you know what? I think we're gonna snake through here. And then there's this convoluted thing. If you can see it on my stream, but we want to get to this part right here. And I think we're gonna have to do it going this way. But I remember it so people could get max armor and stuff for beginner level. Oh, wow. So we don't need to go towards the griffins or any of that junk. We can go this way. And there's less enemies to fight. So I'll wait for you to run up to me over here, but we're gonna go this direction. There's a very... So we're gonna, like, go through here and then here. It's this weird, snaky kind of path. Gwen died somewhere. In the arms of the angels. She did. Press F for Gwen. I have someone waiting for me. But if we can just get to Deldrimor War Camp, then we've saved our progress and we can pick this up again tomorrow night. She tried to take a shortcut. No. When? How could you? Alright, so we're gonna snake around this way. Like, this is the weird little path we're gonna take. Alt-click? Alt? Oh, it just lets me do it regardless if I alt-click or not. Does it stay there? Can I alt-click? Not any more than it did. Never finished any of the campaigns as the people I used to run with began to slowly leave, and then eventually the player base started to dwindle with Guild Wars 2. Wasn't the best at making solo hero builds. Yeah, I'm very fortunate that I am friends with several people that are interested in the lore of this and are able to log in and help me do this. Because yeah, I would be in a tough spot if it wasn't for people like Xeno. Look at that, Gren's footprint. I can see the finish line. Because we're gonna get through this area and then over here. I would, just so I could play the game again. Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing is, like, I invite viewers to log in and play with us. As long as there's the expectation that this is going to be a very slow-paced, we're not trying to do hardcore stuff. The whole point is to explore the map, and when doing missions, do as much in the mission as we can. Like, it's much slower paced. So as long as people are prepared for that and not trying to, like, charge forward and do a bunch of stuff on their own, then it's cool. Just need to wait for payday to buy the game. Heck yeah! Oh, maybe I should have waited. Because there might be enemies right in front of us. Oh, Dwarven Prospector. Hello. Brent's footprint is a dangerous place. Many is the traveler to these lands who left his bones by the wayside and his family wondering what became of him. There are 3 dwarves and a human here who could use a well-armed escort. Will ye go and seek them out for 10,000 experience? Okay. Who you're interested in finding? Galen Trask, Kilroy Stonekin. Kilroy? I know that name. Alright. I guess we'll go find Kilroy Stonekin somewhere. At some point, not now. The only way to get 20 in pre-searing was to die, to make the enemies stronger, to get XP from them. Oh, interesting. Hardcore is not even foremost. For what I'm doing, no. Like, the focus of my playthrough is to get a better understanding of the lore, to get more context for the overall story of Guild Wars 2. Because basically I'm going to play through all the main campaign in Guild Wars 1, Prophecies, Factions, Nightfall, Eye of the North, and then carry over into Guild Wars 2, playing from the human perspective for the most cohesive narrative experience. And then all the way through the main story of Guild Wars 2. So there will be some story stuff that I'm experiencing for the first time, which is Living Season 3, and then Secrets of the Obscure. But I've played everything else before, but it felt rushed and I felt very confused on how things were related to each other. And from there, in between the two games, I also bought all of the books. So I want to read through those roughly in the chronological order that they took place in the game. Favorite lore in all of Guild Wars is Istani stuff. Ooh, very nice. Okay, now we're gonna have to take it slow. Deldrimor War Camp, there it is! Okay, so once we get to the Deldrimor War Camp, that is the goal. We're just gonna get to the Deldrimor War Camp, and then tomorrow we're going to resume to get to Sorrow's Furnace. Because I do need to call it a night. Unfortunately, I would love to stay up till the wee hours of the morning and just play this, but I cannot. But we'll pick it up tomorrow. You have to wait one more week. No! Hopefully it'll be a long week, but also a short week. You know what I mean? So hopefully other things that aren't, like, annoying or anything, but I hope you have enough distractions to get you through the week, if that makes sense. So, is it pointing us in this direction? Because now... yeah, we need to go this way. Wow, look at all this. Wow. I really do love the environments in Guild Wars 1. Even though technologically they were able to do so much more in Guild Wars 2, this is really incredible. Like the verticality of the map and the visual interest. Okay, stone summits, more griff. Uh-oh, whoopsie, whoopsie, away. Friends finally got a new 7 days server up, and that's exciting. Plus the new Dynasty Warrior games is early access in the form of a pre-order, 3 days early play access. I love the Dynasty Warriors series. I played Dynasty Warriors 4 on PlayStation 2. That was my first Dynasty Warriors game. And ever since then, I've picked up... like, I don't have every single one of them, but I think I also have Dynasty Warriors 7? PlayStation 4? There's also the Gundam twist on it, where it's like Gundam Wing, but done in a Dynasty Warriors twist. And then there was Legend of Zelda Dynasty Warriors twist. Legend of Zelda one was disappointing. I gotta say, I was very sad about that. Oh, here's this guy. Kilroy Stonekin. I was the only one to escape. To Sorrow's Furnace. He's going to Sorrow's Furnace! It's a sign! It's a sign! I mean, I can't do it tonight, but I'm so hyped that the guy whose name I was interested in just so happens to want to go to Sorrow's Furnace. That is so awesome. Oh, look at his little axe. It's so cute. Okay. Anyway, back to the gate. Oh. Oh no. Hey, what's up, Deli? So... if what I'm looking at is accurate, like here's where we are, right? And then here's this. It is like, I think it's over here. But to get to that, we have to go up and around, I guess. Oh, you're practicing for attorney. That's cool. Exactly. So close, but so far away. Yeesh. Yeah, right. Grunt's footprints does look more like snake dance.
I love it.
Oh, thank you, Chocobro, for the follow. Appreciate you. Welcome to the speakeasy. Ah! We serve every beverage you can imagine, from milk to whiskey to hot chocolate to tea. You name it, we got it. At least you read the name. You wouldn't believe how many pronounce it Hackabrow. Wait, what? I try. I try to pay attention to what people's names are. Oh, wait a minute. Look at this. We can walk on this. Maybe there's a way to go around faster. Ooh, thank you. Ooh, thank you. Piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. So you know what? Oh, you know what? It goes up and around like this. Oh, okay. I think. I pray. But I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So for those of you who are really interested in the lore and you want to keep up on this journey with me, this is actually the last week where I'll be live streaming on Mondays and Tuesdays. So my lore delving is going to be on Sundays. So tomorrow I think is my last day streaming on a Tuesday. Maybe it was next week, but I'm about to shift to only streaming on Friday evenings, Saturday afternoons, and Sunday afternoons. Because spring semester is starting on the 21st. So once spring semester starts, you know, I'm gonna have less time to stream, unfortunately. I do stream other things beyond Guild Wars lore. Like Friday nights are my retro nights, and I've been playing through Fallout 2. And Saturdays is usually a mystery game, a whodunit game kind of thing. So, I play, like, puzzles and stuff. And then on Sunday afternoons is going to be my Guild Wars 2 lore. day. Yes, we made it! We made it! Oh, unbelievable. Believable, but unbelievable. I'm gonna have to move these to like a different thing. Ooh. So many fancy things. You ever thought to do Guild Wars 2 lore? Oh, yeah. So, it's not just Guild Wars 1 lore. I'm doing lore delving for the overlap. So, we're playing through Guild Wars 1 right now because it came before Guild Wars 2. Once we get to the end of Guild Wars 1 campaign, like all the main stuff, this is a bit of a rabbit trail into the Dredge. I did not anticipate it would be this intense, but I'm loving every second of it. Like, this has been one of the biggest adventures I think I've ever had in Guild Wars 1. Getting through... Oops. Wow, that's either really zoomed in or not. Like, all the way from Beacon's Perch, carried on the back of Xeno himself, through Snake Dance, to the Deldrimor War Camp. Like, that was wild. So tomorrow we're gonna go into Sorrow's Furnace. Obviously, you want to be a lore searcher for Guild Wars 2, you have to be a Surin. I do want to play every race in Guild Wars 2. Right now my main is a Char. And when I play through the Guild Wars 2 campaign, like after I've finished Guild Wars 1, I will be playing from a human perspective just for the cohesiveness of the narrative. But I will want to play from multiple perspectives, especially when it comes to different story arcs. For example, Icebrood Saga would probably be interesting to play as a Norn, or the Sylvari through Heart of Thorns, right? So I will be playing alternate characters through specific arcs, but I'm going to start with the human thing only because in Guild Wars 1 the only race you can play as is a human. But I am interested in all the crossover that there is. There's so much to dive into in this game, and it's been really cool. So I'm gonna sort through this later. That's probably one of the less interesting things to watch on stream, is somebody sort inventory. But the format that I usually follow for lore delving is there's a topic that's picked, and that's usually chosen, like if there's a few different things, like it's not obvious what to look into next. Like today, it was a choice between looking at the map or looking at the Dredge race. And I posted a vote in the Discord right before stream, and it went towards the Dredge. So that's why we chose the Dredge topic. And when we choose the topic, then we pull up some wiki stuff from Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2 to see what the crossover is, to see how things evolved over time. And we look over that sort of information briefly for about 30 minutes or so, maybe 40, depending on how intense it is. And right now we're going for a broad brush, but eventually we will narrow down into more specific things. So we look over the wiki and sort of the outer like information that we can find there, and then we actually log into the game to play it. This was a trial. This is like amazing that we actually managed to get to the Deldrimor War Camp. So originally the plan was to read through the wiki, try to find a Dredge in the game, and then if we had time at the end, I was going to log into a Guild Wars 2 character, and we were going to look at Sorrow's Furnace a little more closely, Sorrow's Embrace. In Guild Wars 2 it becomes Sorrow's Embrace, and see the Dredge there and get a flavor for where you can find the Dredge in Guild Wars 2. I can't get to the Dredge in Cantha just yet, but I know that they are a prominent enemy over there in Equivald Forest, was I think where we read about them. So that's the general format, is a little bit of the wiki, and then we play through some of the campaign in Guild Wars 1, keeping an eye out for whatever the topic was. In this case, we went total rabbit trail to find the dredge, and we're not fully there yet, but we're gonna follow it up on tomorrow. And then after some of that, then we go into the topic in Guild Wars 2. Not playing through the story just yet, but because I already have a level 80 char that has been across most of the map, then I'm able to jump over and warp to different places to see points of interest or historical figures. I say historical figures, I mean if we read about them in the wiki in relation to whatever the topic we were reading about, then it's like, okay, let's warp over there and talk to this person, or, you know, see what this is about. You know, that's kind of how it shakes out. I didn't think to pin heroes and use bow to pull till we were halfway there. No worries. You said your main's a char. I couldn't ever enjoy the char. I have like 6 Asura. Yeah, and that's fair. Like, everybody has their favorite race to play as in Guild Wars 2. I remember when I first booted up Guild Wars 2, having only ever played Guild Wars 1, and how deeply ingrained it is that, like, char are evil, they need to be wiped off the face of the earth, they're threatening the existence of the human race. So when I boot up Guild Wars 2, and I don't have that backstory or understanding that this is 250 years later and things have changed, and the very first race option I see is char, and I was like, what? Yeah, why the hell not? So I went with char, and it's my main character now, and I'm loving it. So whenever I need to jump around quickly to a point of interest or somewhere in a map, then it's really handy to jump into that. But then once we're playing through the actual main campaign, it'll be from the human experience. But if I do need to jump over to something else as part of the lore conversation, I have that alt to switch over to and get wherever I need to be. Haven't finished Guild Wars 2 stuff. I only have up to Path of Fire for the expansions. Next pay, I plan to get the rest. They regularly rotate on sale, by the way. That's how I bought all of the expansions, including Secrets of the Obscure. I think Janthar Wilds is the only exception because it's like brand new content. But for everything else, I waited till something was on sale or discounted and then purchased. So like all of the Living World seasons, I got those on sale. I bought Path of Fire and Heart of Thorns on sale. It was actually part of a bundle thing. Had I known that I was going to love Guild Wars this much, I probably would have gone for the Mega Everything pack that includes all of the living seasons, all of the expansions, blah, 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 you know, all of it. So I may have 20 Asura. My wife also an Altaholic, and we had cute... Oh, Altoholic. I get it. We had a cute character creation competitions and made siblings and couples. That's so sweet. Wouldn't mind playing Guild Wars 2 with you to help you unveil the whole map to make it easier. Absolutely, thank you. Probably have a spring sale in March. If you whisper me on Twitch with your game name, then I'll probably be able to add you as a friend next time I log in. Oh, and by the way, for anyone who's interested, there's a section in my Discord where we do lore conversations. So, for example, those screen grabs that I get while running through the game, I post those there. There's Google Docs that I also work off of when I'm doing these lore delves. So, for example, here is the one I was working off of today before we actually got into the game. So here's the Dredge. And I do some cross-linking with the, I spelled this wrong. Did this autocorrect? Oh, that's awful. It was not melanin. I did not type melanin. It autocorrected me. But things like this, where I've got a Google Docs that I'm linking and gathering information, I share links to it there, and I share the link as a comment abled document. So if you read something and you're like, oh, I have an interesting tidbit about something on here, then you can actually leave a comment so I can see it and then make additional notes. for things to follow up on. Anyway, oh, the inquest is actually a multi-race, because we had the Char get involved, the Dredge get involved, the Asura also got involved, or they're kind of like main. I'm not sure if there's other people in the inquest. Yeah, they're mixed groups and back. Corporal Candyman, I love it. What I want to really learn about is the guild halls. Oh, yeah, right? Those are interesting spots. So, for anyone watching who's interested in being more part of the lore conversation between streams, or if you find interesting information that you want to share or talk about what you learned recently, go for it. I also hold votes there. So votes for the Saturday afternoon streams where I'm doing like whodunit puzzle things. I usually choose 3 different ones that I'm considering and people can vote for what they want to see. We also have movie nights and some other things. But if you're interested in keeping tabs on the information that I'm looking up and how I'm tabulating all of this information, I share that there. Just let me know that you're interested in the lore conversation, because we have a super secret special channel of the Discord that's dedicated to lore conversations, and unless you request to be added to it, you won't see it by default. So that's all of that. All of my VODs are on YouTube, so if you want to go back to episode 1 of the lore delving series, you can see my past broadcasts there. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time for video editing, so it is like the full live stream. But we started off with the creation of Tyria and like how Tyria came to be, and then we talked about the overall map of Tyria and some stuff, and then we've gradually come to what I feel is a pretty good structure for these lore conversations. Anyway, at this point, I find someone to raid, and ideally it's somebody who is also streaming Guild Wars 1 or Guild Wars 2. Bonus if they are someone who is also doing lore conversations. And I'm open to suggestions. So if you happen to know of a streamer that is talking about Guild Wars lore, please let me know, because I would love to connect with them and hang out in their stream. Oops. Otherwise, I just find a streamer that I am either familiar with, or if they are new, that they have that kind of topic of like doing the story, talking about lore, etc. Oh, Yazinova's streaming. And yeah, new players welcome. Crushing quests in Guild Wars 1. Heck yeah. Let's say hi to Yazinova. Roll it on over there. Okay, I got your deets. Thank you, Chocobro. There's the raid call. We'll go over and say hi to Yazinova, who's also playing through Guild Wars 1 right now, a lot of the main quests. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. I hope to see you tomorrow for more lore delving, and we will get to Sorrow's Furnace. We will find some Dredge. We're on a mission with Kilroy Stonekin. I'm so excited. So I appreciate you guys hanging out, and the next lore delving is tomorrow, and from here on Sundays, definitely maybe one more Monday and Tuesday. I forget exactly what the schedule is, but it'll be the last ones coming up. So appreciate you guys hanging out, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.